Hey there, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to take you through the outline for my new Digital Nomad Mastery Group Coaching Program. This is something I put together recently, and I'm really excited to share some more details about what this program is going to entail, how to get started, where to learn more, and pricing. So essentially, I'm looking for 5 to 10 motivated people to enroll in my group coaching program. So who are those people? Aspiring and experienced digital nomads. Maybe you're just getting started, you've only been doing this for a few months, or could be years. I've been a digital nomad for going on 7, 8 years now. So I'm a wealth of knowledge, and I really just want to bring people together into a group coaching program to teach them the skills that they need to succeed as a digital nomad. So it's also for beginner intermediate online business owners. Let's say you've been running a fairly successful online business for a couple months, maybe years. Maybe you're making 10,000 a month. Maybe you're making, $50,000, $100,000 a month. Doesn't really matter. I want to open it up to as many people as possible to just bring everyone together, and we can share knowledge, resources, and feedback with each other. So we're also looking for remote workers and work from home employees. Maybe you've been working for the same company for a while. You're still working from home, but you want more freedom and flexibility to travel the world and set your own hours. Also, good fits for the group coaching program. And also, freelancers who want more freedom and flexibility. 9 to 5 employees who want to escape the rat race. Let's say you've been working for the same company for years now, and you're just fed up with the corporate life, and you really just want, again, more freedom to do whatever you want. And then also people looking to make a move to Thailand. This is something I'm really passionate about because I've been living in Thailand for 3 years now, working remotely. Just watch some of my other videos. I've made countless videos showing around Thailand and how to get your visa, how to do many things over here, right? So definitely looking for people that want to make a transition to Thailand as well. The purpose of the coaching program is mostly just to bring people together, learn from others at different levels in their journey, and identify and overcome common challenges that a lot of digital nomads face when they're just getting started or after they've been doing it for a long time. And I've had to overcome a lot of those challenges along the way as well. So yeah, really just want to share that knowledge with people and give them inspiration that it's really possible. And then also discussing ways to balance work life and travel. So the structure of the program is it's a 6-week remote coaching program over Zoom. So we're going to be bringing everyone together on the Zoom platform, and it's going to be 90-minute coaching calls once per week for 6 weeks. And then I go into a lot more detail about the program. If you're interested in more information, just click the link in the description below. I'm not going to go over all of this, but I'll just go over a few of the main points in this video to keep it relatively short, right? So in the first coaching call, we're just going to discuss what your goals are as a digital nomad, because this is really important to identify. You need to figure out what your why is. I would say that's one of the most important steps before you get started, because unless you're really clear on your why, you're most likely not going to succeed. You're going to get discouraged. You're probably going to end up going back home because you've run out of money, especially if you're just getting started as a digital nomad. It's happened to me before multiple times, and I just had to come back to my why in order to keep going, right? So for me, it was really the pandemic that put a stop on my travel. I've made other videos about this on my YouTube channel, and it's still relevant. But as long as I keep coming back to my why, and why I set out to do this in the first place, why I love living in Thailand, these are the things that keep me going, and I just never give up. So again, really important to identify your goals, and you have to have clear goals. Listing dream destinations and experiences, engaging with local communities and cultures. Learning a language is also very, very important if you're looking to stay in one place long term, or you want to travel around more, that's a key. And also having a home base. So these are some of the things we'll discuss in the first coaching call. And then in the second week, I wanted to explore remote work strategies and techniques. Don't really have to say techniques here. I think strategies is clear enough. But yeah, we want to explore various remote work opportunities, best strategies for finding and applying for remote jobs. Assuming you don't already have one, I'd really like to get people that are already at a certain level on their digital nomad journey. Ideally, people that already have remote jobs. Maybe they have an online business making a certain amount per month. The dollar amount is not really that important, because I know a lot of coaches, they promise, oh, you're going to be making $10,000 a month or money back guarantee, right? But that's not what this program's about. It's really just about ideas and brainstorming and bringing people together, helping people get to the next level, right? So I want to make that clear. And so that's what we're going to be covering in this section, or this coaching session, I should say. Finding freelance work, creating a productive and efficient remote workspace, also very important if you want to be productive. Time management techniques for balancing work and leisure. And again, that goes back to work-life balance. Clarifying career objectives and ambitions. And then on the third week, we're going to be discussing financial goals. So this is something that I've struggled with for quite a few years, and I'm definitely not alone. Really important to establish financial targets and milestones and keep track of your spending, budgeting. These types of things we're all going to discuss in this coaching session. That's the third week. I also want to go into some more details about the average cost of living in different countries, because it really varies widely depending on where you're going to be living. If you're going to be in Europe, like Germany somewhere, obviously the cost of living is going to be a lot higher. But then you also have to keep in mind that probably the salaries are also a lot higher. So it all kind of balances out. But for me personally, one of the reasons that I choose Thailand is because it has a very low cost of living, relatively speaking, compared to other places around the world, and also a very good quality of life. So a lot of these things we can look at on Nomad list, which allows us to track different things, around the world: cost of living, quality of life, air pollution, nightlife, co-working spaces, all those sorts of things you can find on Nomad list. And then also how to transfer money internationally in case of an emergency, or you just want to transfer your payments over from one bank account to the other. I typically use a tool called Remitly. There's also another one called Wise. Both work really well for international money transfers. And sometimes, like if I need some extra funds, I can ask my dad to send over some money with Remitly as well. And it works in seconds, 15, 20 seconds tops. So definitely recommend that. And in the fourth week, we're going to be going over productivity goals. So how to balance work and life, travel and personal pursuits, dealing with time zone differences for business meetings. This is a big one. I just had a call with my coach. She's in the US. I'm here in Thailand. It was the morning time for her, and it's the late evening here in Thailand. So definitely you need to figure out a balance there as well. And yeah, this is something that can be easily overcome if you know what you're doing. And then tracking your time for improved productivity, importance of a successful everyday routine, something that you do in the mornings will lead to success as well. For example, I usually go for a walk on a beach, then I go to this gym with beautiful views, and I work out there for about 30 minutes before starting my day, because it just sets me in a positive frame of mind to start the day. So having a routine is super important. That's something we're going to go over in week 4. And yeah, that's basically the gist of it for week 4. And keep in mind, this is all going to evolve over time. It's not set in stone. We can obviously, it's really going to depend on what the people that join the group coaching program want to learn most. I think that goes without saying. So it's not set in stone. It's going to evolve over time. And on week 5, we're going to discuss starting an online business. I'm also going to bring in the moderator. Her name is Lori Conkler. I'll leave a link below to her website where you can check out more information. But she is a wealth of knowledge in terms of starting and scaling profitable online businesses. I just spoke with her before doing this YouTube video, and she's excited to collaborate on the group coaching program as well. So yeah, definitely going to bring her on board. Yeah. So in this section, I'm most likely just going to defer to her. Either that, or I can send my clients, or my students, I should say, over to her for more information about starting an online business. But I also have a lot of knowledge in this space as well. I wouldn't say that I have a very successful online business, but I have a very large community and audience, especially on Facebook, right? I've got the Facebook group, and then my Facebook page, I'm reaching like 2 to 3 million people a month without any advertising. So actually monetizing that is kind of where I'm having some difficulties. But there's so many different online businesses that you can start. It's sometimes overwhelming. And I know a lot of the things that people watch on YouTube are promising the world. You can be successful with affiliate marketing in 6 months or 1 month, right? But that's usually not the case. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication, as well as starting a YouTube channel like this one here. It took me about 2 months to actually monetize the channel so that I'm earning revenue from ads. So again, not an overnight success. So I also want to debunk common myths about making money online, because I know there's a lot of coaches and, I would say fake gurus out there that are just promising you to be making $10,000 a month within your first few months, right? But for most people, that's simply never going to happen unless you, again, put in the hard work and you learn the skills. This is super important. So that's what we're going to be talking about in week 5. And then week 6, I really want to delve into more detail about making the move to Thailand. I took off from the U.S. over 3 years ago. I have not been back since. I really have no interest in being in the U.S. anymore, which is why I now identify as sort of like a digital expat. An expat is an expatriate, someone that has left their country and honestly don't really want to look back, right? So I want to share that transformational story during this call, which will hopefully inspire my students to also make a move over to Thailand or Philippines or Vietnam or anywhere in Southeast Asia for that matter, or it could be Europe or any number of places. Wouldn't really recommend Russia or Ukraine all that much, but people still go there, and seems relatively safe, I guess. I don't know. But wouldn't be my first choice, right? There's actually a lot of Russians and Ukrainians coming over to Thailand these days because they're sort of like refugees or expats. They don't want to live in that country anymore. So yeah, Thailand is a really, really good option and a great home base, I would say. So I also want to go over more details about what to expect before making the move and best places to live based on your wants and needs. I think this is really important because it really just depends on what you're looking for. You're looking for a community of other digital nomads. In that case, you should probably go to Chiang Mai. But if you don't really want to live in the city and be around pollution and that sort of thing, then it's probably a better idea to come down to Koh Samui or Phuket, which are 2 of the most popular islands, I would say, in Thailand. I've been in Koh Samui for almost 2 years now. I think it's a great home base. There's not too many tourists here. Beautiful beaches, friendly people, delicious food. I go on and on about these things, these reasons why I love Thailand so much. And hopefully in this coaching program, I can get more people over here. And I'm also planning on doing a business retreat, which we'll talk a little bit more about later down here, more details about the retreat in Samui. But yeah, I also want to go over like cost of living in different regions of the country. Chiang Mai in particular is very, very cheap, which is one of the reasons I think a lot of like beginner digital nomads go there. They also have a lot of co-working space options to choose from and community and fun things to do. I was just recently there on vacation with my girlfriend. We went up there for about a week and a half, and it is boomtown now. There's the night market was super busy. There's thousands and thousands of people there, so it's a really fun place. But for certain reasons, I choose Samui because I like to be close to water. I like walking on the beach. Just beautiful weather pretty much year round, except between November to January. So that's rainy season. But overall, it's mostly beautiful, sunny, and warm, right? And then I also want to touch on the different visa options. One of the reasons Thailand is so popular for people coming over here is because they have so many different visas to choose from. And I've made videos about this on my YouTube channel, which you can check out as well. I'll leave maybe a links in the description below, or a link at the end of this video where you can check that out. But essentially, you got the LTR, you got the Smart Visa, um, Tourist Visa. Obviously, that goes without saying. That's good for, depending on where you are, 30 to 60 days where you're from, I should say. And retirement visa if you're over 54. They've got the elite visa. Um, what else? The education visa, volunteer visa. I think they even have a Muay Thai visa. You can get your work permit, which we can also talk about during this session. And yeah, so we're just going to be going into a lot of details about Thailand because I know a lot of the subscribers that I have on this YouTube channel are interested in coming over to Thailand, as well as the people in my Facebook group. Got about 13,000 members in there. So we can also go over like advantages and challenges of living in Thailand. I would say the advantages far outweigh the disadvantages. And then I also want to share more details about the Work Paradise program. So this is essentially if you're working remotely for a company in the European Union and you want to come over to Thailand, then this is a good option because they get you set up with your work permit, which you technically legally need if you're doing business over here, or you can get a business visa. But if you're working for a company, you need that work permit, right? And obviously, there's cases where as long as you're earning an income outside of Thailand, you don't necessarily need it, but you should have your work permit, is what I'm trying to say, right? And then obviously more details about this business retreat that I'm planning to host in Koh Samui, my home island. So um, I could share more details about that. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that now, but it's going to be $3,000 for 1 week. And we're going to bring in guest speakers and set everyone up at a really badass villa in Chaweng with a beautiful view and infinity pools and a kitchen. We'll bring in some cooks as well. That's kind of the plan. But that most likely won't be till 2024. But yeah, if you're interested in more details about that, drop a comment down below. And also, each of the above coaching sessions will be accompanied by video tutorials on that topic that are available on my YouTube channel. So I've already made a lot of videos about many of the topics that we're going to be covering in this coaching program. But obviously, we're going to be going into a lot more detail in the coaching program versus, what I talk about on my channel. And this part we're just going to ignore for now because I've already decided I'm going to bring in the business coach as well, my friend Lori. She's based in the US. So definitely want to get her more involved in the coaching program as well. And she loves what I'm doing with it. So she's fully supportive of it. And yeah, looking forward to getting some students enrolled. So what are the financial obligations? So we got two different options. $1,500, that's no discount. I'm not offering any discounts. Sorry, not sorry. It's going to be $1,500. And I could probably charge more for it, to be perfectly honest, because I think it's going to be packed full of value. And also, I've got Lori, a successful business coach, who's going to be mentoring the students as well. But yeah, $1,500 one-time payment or a payment plan, $780 for 2 months. So if you do the payment plan, it's going to end up being, what is that, like a little bit more expensive than 1,500. And then I also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee if you can prove that you didn't get any value whatsoever from the coaching program, which I think is going to be pretty difficult to prove. If you just don't show up for any of the calls whatsoever, then and then you try to, I doubt many people are going to want the money back, but we have it there just in case. Um, but yeah, the coaching program is going to be packed full of value. So not too worried about that. But yeah, $1,500 one-time payment or $780 for a 2-month payment plan, right? And the official launch of the group coaching program is going to be on September 8th. Tentatively scheduled. It really just depends on how many students I get enrolled. I'd like to get to about 5 before September 8th. That way we can all come together and learn from each other. And also I want to stress that you should do it soon because I'm going to increase the price by 30% on August 19th. So you've got another 15 days before the price increases to about $1,950, right? So in order to lock in the $1,500 one-time payment, I recommend doing it as soon as possible. And in order to more information and make a payment on my website, obviously I'm going to leave this link in the description below, right at the top, so that you can click through and learn more about the coaching program. I've got some testimonials on there. I've got some YouTube videos. I was recently interviewed on Retired Working for You, just talking about cost of living in Koh Samui on $1,000 a month. So you can watch some of those. And yeah, I highly recommend signing up for this coaching program just because it's relatively new. It's actually my first coaching program that I've ever done, being perfectly honest. And really excited to share my knowledge, insights, and inspiration with people in this program. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you inside the Digital Nomad Mastery Coaching Program. Thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe. Peace from Thailand.